I took one statement, which is a serious statement for all of us. Dr. Besigye said he should not be there in the first place because he can be summoned to court, arraigned before court, and anything can proceed without handling him like that. I thank you.
All the previous times we have had Besigye, he was talking with us comfortably. Not this time. I had a close interaction with a close relative who expressed Dr. Besigye's fears of his life. I therefore changed all security protocols around Dr. Besigye. Dr. Besigye stays in Ward 19 with the 17 others, and they cannot come out the Boma. I changed that. I cannot allow it. That's one. For security reasons. Number two, I removed this interaction. I went back to this. Originally, you said you were meeting him. But when they raised these security fears, I directed the OC, let him go where others are going. That is safer than what he alleged that can be in the offices. So I stopped that. I said to go on the screen with communication for security reasons. Number three, he designated 3 people who will bring him food. 3. And he has never lacked food. Yes. So the question of hunger strike, I don't know why it is coming here, but we don't have that record. Number 4.
Chair, if you were present, he was not there.
Okay, anyway, I've said that he has not lacked supplies, and the 3 people have brought him food, and we prepare it inside there. Yes. Worship.
He said, when he says this, and the other one says.
Chair, I want to clarify. Chair, through you. Doctor, he used to get all the food the way he is currently getting. But there was a time the prisons restricted him. They said his food cannot come. He should buy from the canteen. And if he wants to buy anything, they should use the staff. So he went on hunger strike until they called him in a meeting and reversed the order.
That one I can understand.
I think we are. What I know and I heard is the doctor said, just like the Honorable Big has said, but it wasn't hunger strike. He said it was just a matter of agreeing on because he was not comfortable buying food from within. And that was
had. Is very.
Actually, Chair, if you remember the other people
to surprise once or twice, but does not mean that you are out completely of surprise. Anyway, we are doing our best on that. But I have instituted a very strict regime around Dr. Kiiza Besigye. I don't want to take any chances. You know, it is very serious when somebody says that you want to kill him and you are the one keeping him. It's very challenging. That's why I have made those restrictions. Ward 19, I have got capability to serve for surveillance 24/7. I don't look into the cells, but anybody who comes in the corridor, I will record. We have CCTV there. These younger people who went there, I don't know whether the time was recorded. What time was? The time was 20 hours. That is the time of changing shift. Because the assistant superintendents go there between 23 hours and 5 o'clock. The assistant superintendents. So we didn't violate our rules. This was 20 hours when we changed shift from the what we call late shift officer to the night officers. And if that padlock is not confirmed that is functioning, the late shift officer will sleep there. Also, you have been OC upper. You cannot leave unless you have corrected that thing. So,
the Commissioner, just to inform you, that incident happened at 20 hours. But Dr. Besigye himself, in the presence of the RPC Elubu and CIMA, mentioned that it must have been around 1,
okay,
deep in the night. So just for your information.
I have to investigate it. I have the CCTV. I hope your CCTVs are functioning. Do you have a monitor here at your headquarters? Yes, sir. I will check that one. I will check it out. I think I've answered most.
Honorable Chair, we saw a camera in one of the cells, and I showed it to you, Honorable Chair. Whereas you say you don't monitor the cells, in that ward, the bigger cell has a camera, and whether the prisoner is naked or is dressed up, the camera is looking at it.
That camera is deliberate. One cell. That camera is deliberate. Yeah, that camera is deliberate. And we are very choosy who sleeps there. You know.
You don't have to explain. We move on to.
We are very humble people, extremely humble, and we try to handle our subjects with dignity. Those who have been with us know what we can do, and I'm not surprised that Dr. Besigye thinks that we are doing a professional job. That's right. You gave me only 3 minutes. Christmas greeting. I was consulted and I refused. I will not allow statements from the prison to the press. I told this one that no. And I told him to put it in the shredder. I don't know whether he has it. But I told him to put it in the shredder. Pictures of women. We want good order in the prison.
Our request was that we wanted to examine that.
And the Commissioner General said it was shredded. That he instructed CIMA to shred, and he has confirmed he shredded it. Pictures of women, we don't allow them. We don't want to cause disorder. Chair, in Luzira upper prison, we are outnumbered, the uniformed staff, we are outnumbered by 12 to 1. So if these people decided to do something, it can be catastrophic. We don't want anything that will excite. And as you know, Dr. Besigye can excite those people. You know it. Has there been any Alleging that he has excited my honorable member.
Is there any indiscipline on the side of Dr. Besigye? No. Dr. Besigye, off record and for your information, comes from my district. We come from the same district. We were at Makili at the same time, in the same hall. And he has been my client 4 times. And so you can imagine, I have very good rapport with the Dr. Besigye. Question number 6 was, Lord Mayor, the day when I denied him access, I had declared honorable members of parliament, including Francis. And we don't want to, you are with MPs here, you are with lawyers here, you have 3,000 others. We need some space. But the next day we allowed him to go and interact with the, we are not unreasonable. And Mr. Chair,
Johnson, the most relevant question to ask here is the turnaround time for legal documents that have to be cleared by you.
Because he said that the court was going to see the following day.
Yeah.
The following day was court martial. So I was saying, now if I don't come, what do I do?
sometimes you have to wait. Because members of parliament are not denied access to the prisons because you are, by virtue, you are actually visiting justices. So I give you, you take precedence over others, and that's what we did. And the officer in charge has got a right to deny you to enter his prison if you are unruly. You will say, no, you will not enter. And he has, why? Good order, discipline, and to prevent crime. I think I have answered most of the Honorable Rose. Is it Kani? Robert? Yeah. Obiga. Rose, what's wrong with you? I wanted to say this. We have established what we call prisons engineering gang. We call it a gang because it is a combination of uniformed and the yellow, the prisoners. And we are doing something about congestion. I will not enumerate, we talked about it in the Defense and Internal Affairs Committee, but we are very serious. Very soon, from one you'll have 3 wards in Isinjuro, not so? Amita, Isimba. So what are we doing? For example, how do I decongest Luzira? Chitagia was supposed to decongest Luzira upper prison. It didn't happen because of COVID. By the time we came out of COVID, the prisoners had overpowered us. I had a minister from finance as a client not a long time ago. When he came out, he was banging the chairs that I must do something about prisons. I must do something about prisons. I clapped my hands. By that time, I had about 70,000 prisoners. Now, when the MTF came, it had even reduced from the previous financial year. And now I have 80,000, as you can see from that document. Or as of 27th, we had 80,076 prisoners. So the MTF has regressed, the number of prisoners has increased. Oh. How can I have only 4 billion shillings for development expenditure? 4 billion. I don't know how the in charge production and engineering will use that 4 billion to create an impact. But let's be a bit serious. I'm very happy, I'm very lucky, I'm before Parliament, which appropriates. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We have to close now.
I think Dr. Besigye mentioned on his safety and by extension the theft of others. He talked that he worries for prisoners in Uganda in times of emergencies. He says there is a rudimentary, a traditional system still used by Uganda prisons. And indeed, he recommended that an intercom be introduced by Uganda prisons in case the emergency like fire, maybe. And I think this is very for communication purposes. Because currently, I think prisons does not have that system where the prisoners in case of emergency can be notified so that they can run out for safety. I feel that.
Mr. Chairman, I said every section can have its own. For example, condemned prisoners are separate from all the others. Section 19 or Ward 19 is separate from these others. Ward 19 can have. Yes. And if you noticed over the weekend, I had a pastoral visit to Dr. Kiiza Besigye by my Lord Bishop of North Kigali Diocese. And he really gave a pastoral visit.
It doesn't matter where you pray from, I thought.
but he had an appropriate...
Johnson, put off your microphone. Yes. About the ministers, I have had a discussion with him. Yeah.
Those who are there's a person on the street that will tell me that they're waiting to start the order. You know, we discuss it.
And sort it out.
No, there's a person. Oh, Francis, that man told you his name. The man was staying there for 20 years. Yeah. On which page?
Please.
Yes, my dear. For this committee, instead of giving money to police and then they go and buy uniports, I think we should fight and give money to prisons. We are still at war with the police. Until it is done, it's not yet done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair. My name is
In 3 minutes, please wrap up.
Thank you, Chair.
There are policy issues that...
The issue of religious freedom...
None of you has the floor. None of you has the floor. I am closing now.
Fande Mugabire was my RPC. Honestly, he did a lot for West Nile. I would have done a disservice not to appreciate him. If you...
Honorable Chair, the issue of religious freedom.
That is very... the list of prisoners who have... the long list of prisoners who have stayed beyond the mandatory remand period. Yeah, also send us a soft copy of your submissions. And minister's orders. we need to.
I've heard those things.
And you are discharged. Not dismissed, but discharged. Please leave the room now. Attorney General, we had invited you to listen in. Please leave.
We just brought our ears.